Ed from Victory Glass here to show you how to assemble the Magic Box boards into your Seeburg Black Box. What you'll receive in the kit is the remote control that will be external on the machine and will be routed in through the back of the cabinet. I'm going to set that off to the side. You will receive a amplifier cable that will plug into the black box and interface with your amplifier and volume. And you will receive a sticker for the top of the box. So these I do not need right now. What tools you're going to need is a small and a large or a medium flat blade screwdriver, and you will need an existing black box. I have already taken one of the screws out. Now you do not need a 1/4-inch socket driver. It's the right size, but it won't fit in the opening, so you just need these two flat blades. You'll have to start by breaking the seals there and here, and then removing the paper on top of these two screw holes. I'll start by removing the one screw. It can kind of be sticky a little bit. There we go. And I am now going to remove the top cover. There are two snaps here. Just going to pry in a little bit, and that's going to remove the top cover. I'm going to set that off to the side for now. And then these boards will be removed. Now, just safe to note that if there is a pricing card on there, it'd be screwed into these two screws sometimes. That needs to be removed prior to assembly or disassembly. We will not need that anymore. It can be discarded. So I'm just going to remove these top boards by prying them off. You can see the plugs in here that they plug together, and we won't need those anymore. So now, to get the bottom board off, I am going to pry on these four corners just towards the inside of the box. That's going to release the cover. Don't get too aggressive, you don't want to break them, but if you do, it's okay. It's held on by two screws. That's the center frame. I'm going to put that off to the side. And then this board is the original lower board. We no longer need that. That will be discarded. Now, we're going to take our new Seeburg Magic Box Juke Talk boards and going to place them in the cover. Now, I just want to quickly note, the ribbon cable should be straight. It should not be twisted in any way. It should lay straight, and it should be fully engaging both rows of pins. That's how you know it's plugged in right. Other than that, just make sure it's straight and should be good to go. So we're going to start by placing this into the lower cover. Now make sure that the holes line up. And you have to put this on the cover first. The holes will line up. You do not need to disconnect this ribbon cable to put it into the case. Now, as you notice, the parts get twisted around. It's best just to check to make sure these two main holes line up before we go. So this will just fish right through, and then I'm going to carefully just work those snaps back in. It's going to snap just like that. We're halfway there. Now, the upper board goes on top. Now, please note that there's these two plastic fins that the board will lock into. That should not be on top of those, so it should be locked in. And last is we're going to throw this cover on. This cover, one side, the side that we did not pry on, that would go in first. Kind of has these nubs where this is the side we pry on. Once again, if you broke these off, not a big deal. You got two screws, and when placing it in, I'm just going to carefully get it, make sure we're seated fully. Oops. If it doesn't go right, that means you probably popped this middle board out. Let me try that again. There we go. Now, it should fully seat, should fit well. That's where you know that we have everything sitting right. These are the two connections for the black box. So now, to put the screws back in, one tip I like to always do as we're going into plastic is to twist it backwards till you can feel or hear it click. That means that you're cutting into the same groove. If you don't do that, you run a risk of stripping out the plastic. we go. And just tighten those. You don't have to crank them down. And now this magic box is ready for install into your jukebox. You can put the sticker here that'll help you label the box. And then once you install it into the jukebox, your amplifier cable will plug into the green cord, and then this will fish up to the amplifier. And then the remote, you will fish the wire through the back cover in a convenient spot, and you'll plug it into this jack here. And keep in mind that these boards are no longer needed, and they can be discarded. Thank you for watching.